Hi guys, so this one I'm going to be reacting to Jay's reaction of reacting to true story animations. And this time, this one is called reacting to true story animation of a girl wearing diapers at 17. I already watched this video, so let's just get on to it and
Hey, I'm Jay from the Cub Scouts. Welcome back to another episode of these true animation stories. You guys know why I'm doing this right now.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Sometimes these can be a little ridiculous. Actually,
yeah, or it could be a
ridiculous.
bunch of
We're about
BS.
to check out a couple in today's video. If you guys cool with that and you down with that,
everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go.
First video we're going to check out on today's episode is called I Am Wearing Diapers at 17. And this could easily be fixed. All you got to do is not wear diapers at 17. Like, all you got to do is pull down your
this
pants,
one I
sit
already
down on
know
the
this
toilet, and
story.
let that brown stain come out of your booty hole. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to wear diapers. It's so easy.
No, but there's a cause why she was wearing it in the first place. And you'll see
you
why.
don't have to be wearing diapers at 17, but you know what? Maybe I'm being insensitive, you know?
Yeah,
maybe
could be.
Not,
it could be that. You're prejudging, duh!
So let's see why this person is wearing diapers at 17. It better be a good reason.
My name is Maria, and in this video, you'll find out how I told the guy I was dating that I still wear diapers even though I'm 17 years old.
Ooh, that's hot.
I guess you're wondering why I'm wearing diapers?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
when I was a
What Jay
kid, I
wants.
was in a serious car accident.
Okay, see, this is why I'm saying I'm insensitive. This girl was in a car accident, and this is probably the reason why she wears diapers. Let me shut up and let's figure out why.
Left me
just
with
shut
nerve
up.
damage in my lower spine. I had to have a lot of physical therapy to help me recover.
See, now I'm
and
going
I
to hell
also
because
lost
I'm a rat
control of
bastard.
my bladder.
Uh-huh.
Ever since, I've had to wear diapers. I sometimes feel ashamed about my condition, even though I know it's not my fault. And I never told anyone at school about it because I knew I'd be bullied. That's also why I hate PE class. I don't want any of my classmates to see my diapers when I change clothes. Luckily, I got a special permission to use a private changing room. I'm so grateful for that, even though I get teased for thinking I'm more important than everyone else, but I don't mind. I'm also always
At least you don't have to
wearing
explain to
long,
them.
flowy dresses at school, but no
That's
one
good.
knows why. I tell them it's because I like to look classy, but really, it's because if I was wearing jeans, everyone would see my diapers. My biggest worry was about dating, though. Would any guy ever love me despite my condition? No! And would I ever be brave enough to tell a guy about my secret? I wasn't sure, but then something tragic happened.
I'm sorry, but why does this voice actress sound like she's been dead inside for 8 years?
A year ago, one of my classmates was diagnosed with a brain tumor and passed away.
Bro, why is this episode so freaking depressing? First, the girl gets into a car accident, and then she has, like, lower spine damage, and she shits herself all the time. That's why she has to wear diapers. And now her friend died, and rain is literally dropping on her lifeless body.
Just keep watching!
How lucky
Just keep watching!
How short life could be. I mean, I could have died instead of her. After that, I decided not to be afraid of dating anymore, and I joined an online dating site.
Google.
The first few guys I met were really weird.
Hey, DSL's boy. DSL's.
And I began to regret joining the site. But then I got lucky, and I met a really nice guy.
Sweet.
His name is Mason, and we'd been dating for around
6
months.
Macy!
I decided I had to tell him about my condition. I told him we needed to talk, and he got really nervous because
You're not gonna break
I
up.
wanted to break up with him.
No,
I told him about my condition and showed him
every
my
thought
diapers.
of we need to talk.
But he was still really sweet about it. He asked why I wore diapers, so I told him about the car accident.
He's like, do you need me to change you and put baby powder on your butthole?
Because I didn't know if he'd want to stay with a girl in diapers.
Hell nah.
If he wanted to break up, I'd completely understand it, even though
some girl told me she wore diapers. 180.
But then he said something which made me cry.
Out of that like
he
the
said
Flash,
he
baby.
loved me for who I am, and my condition wasn't a problem for him because as long as I was happy, he'd be happy too.
But that doesn't even make her happy. Why would you be happy when you literally shit on your own butthole and then you not only have to wipe your ass, you actually have to wipe your whole ass? Who's happy about that? Stop acting like you want to say all the right things and just be real, my guy.
Wow, I can't.
Well, I guess he is
describe
being
how
real
grateful
despite
I
like
am to
all her
have Mason
conditions.
in my life. He accepts me the way I am, and for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm good enough.
Look like he piggybacked on her.
Of course, I still wish I didn't have to wear diapers, but in the end, so what? I can still have a great life surrounded by beautiful people like Mason. Just remember that
It's
only you
Macy.
can decide how you react to the challenges
Only you can
face.
prevent forest
Do you wear
fires.
diapers and feel sorry for yourself? Or do you wear diapers and make the most of your life? It's all up to you. Thanks for listening to my story, and please subscribe to this channel.
Okay, sure.
It's not that
well,
bad.
this one seems real because just the events that occurred for her to be in the diapers, that seemed real. So what we're going to do with these animations, we're just going to tell each other if this felt real, you know? Like deep
This one
deep
feels
down, guys,
real
I feel
because,
like,
like,
this was
from a
real
condition
and
like
nothing about
that-
it was bull, not even one part. So Miss Shits herself, congratulations. This is real. Next video we're
Yeah,
going to
it
check out
is
is
real.
called My
Very real.
Life with Half a Brain, and the title of the
Well, I
video is
haven't
just
watched
funny
that video
because
yet,
it sounds like an insult,
but this
right?
is, like, my
What do
chance
you
to
have?
watch
Like,
this
half
is
a
with
brain?
Jay.
You know what I mean? And this girl literally has half a brain.
Well, half a
so
brain,
we're gonna see how
she
she
half
functions.
smart.
So let's go.
Hey, I'm Marissa, and I've been watching Share My Story for the last few weeks. And
So?
today,
You
I
think
want
you're
to tell
cool?
you my story.
I've been
of
watching
how
it for,
I
like, the
lost
past 2
one
minutes.
half of my
What's up?
brain. I was a completely normal girl until the age of 3. But then I had my first seizure, and I can still remember riding in the ambulance to get to
seizure.
the hospital.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, the
Ugh.
seizures didn't stop, and at one point I was having seizures every 5 minutes.
Oh.
The doctors diagnosed me with Rameson's encephalitis. It's a rare inflammatory neurological disease which affects only one half of the brain.
Who
The
that?
doctors
Who's
gave me all
Rameson's
kinds of medicine
ectolemia?
to treat it, but nothing worked. And
Oh,
because the
yikes.
seizures kept me from falling asleep, I was close to death after a few days.
Yikes.
That's why
Ooh.
my parents allowed the doctors to cut out the affected area, which
They
meant
actually cut
I'd
out the brain,
lose
so she
half of
literally
my
had
brain.
half a brain inside of her skull.
Obviously, my parents
Oh
were
my
very worried
gosh!
about brain damage, but I was lucky.
How can someone
Because I
function
was so
like that?
young, my brain was still growing and developing. So even though I only had one half left, my brain was able to adapt and reorganize itself.
Okay.
After the
But I
operation-
wonder, but I wonder if you cut like some part of your organs because from a brain seizure like that, if you cut half the brain, would and the other brain would function, would your half like grow back? That's what I actually wondered because like whenever you have some kind of wound from other surgeries and they have to open up your skin and you know there's going to be a scar, will the brain will actually like grow back itself from a half a brain into a fully functional brain? I'm just curious. Can you comment down below and just tell me like of how the brain functions that well? I don't know.
the seizures stopped. And these days, the only signs of what happened are that I don't have much control over my right upper body.
Really? The right side
Oh.
controls the right part of
I
your
find
body?
it tough to
Because
focus for long.
yes, because like there are some functions of your brain that can actually function your body pretty well. Because like half of your brain, half of your legs and your arm are in use are fully controlled. The other part of your hands and your legs like are not in control because you don't even have the other half of the brain. Yikes! That's a big yikes. But at least like you're still alive. That still counts.
long,
I didn't
and
know
it
that.
took me years to learn how to read and write. I remember
Oh.
watching other kids doing things like playing on the swings or chasing each other, and I'd be sad because I couldn't join in.
Man, I can't make
Oh.
fun of
Didn't
this
have it
because this
easy
story's
either.
sad too.
I had lots
Can't be
of
roasting
mood
this
swings
girl.
growing
I
up.
want to,
And
but I just
sometimes
can't.
I even threw scissors and
You know, I'm
forks
evil,
at
but
them
I'm not that
because
evil.
Whenever I was angry,
Actually, you know what? I am
lost
that
all
evil.
my self-control.
Oh, she evil?
The
Ooh,
doctors
look at that.
explained it
Nasty.
by saying
Self-control.
that my prefrontal
It's-
cortex was still damaged by the brain operation I had as a 3-year-old kid.
So
But
those are,
despite
like,
my
so
many
side
flaws,
effects?
I'm always trying my best to be a positive person. I'm constantly joking, and I always have a smile on my face. That's because I know how lucky I am to be alive, even though
Did they
I
have to make her eye twitch like that? Did you guys see that? The attention to detail with this share my story stuff. Look, her eye's gonna
know
twitch.
how lucky I
Look.
am to be alive,
What in
even
the
though I
world?
lost half my brain.
Bro, this is an
Today,
animation.
Because
You're
it's
making
like
her
half
eyes
the brain.
twitch?
I'm married to the man
What is
who
wrong
I
with
love
you?
very much. I also play the violin in my spare time,
Not
although
very
I'm not
good, though.
very good at it.
Yeah, you
Many
know what I'm
years
saying?
ago, I dreamed of becoming a nurse so I could help others the way the doctors helped me.
That would be
Yeah.
a good
Unfortunately,
job
I
for
can't
her.
control my right.
Like mostly Filipinos and Filipino parents, they would say, "Become a doctor. You'll be good with your salaries and all that kind of thing." And then like you would be like great in the future and more successful if you are a doctor. Not saying like everybody should be a doctor. Just saying like one of my parents told me that like I should be a doctor, but like I have no interest of it. I do have a little interest, but I'm not really interested in becoming one and a successful doctor in the future. I'm not really that smart anyway, so.
Aren't. So I've been told I wouldn't be able to pursue that.
Then how were you playing the violin
but instead, I became a part-time cleaner at our local hospital. And I also volunteered to spend time with patients who need someone to talk to. Recently, one of my former classmates was hospitalized. She was one of the girls that made fun of me back in middle school.
So you killed her?
She always said I was too dumb to be considered
smothered
a
her
human,
in the hospital
and her
bed with her own
comments made
pillow.
me feel
Tell me you
very
did.
insecure about myself. But that didn't
Oh,
keep
yeah,
me
she's
from
sleeping.
going
Get
into
her.
her room to clean it. When she saw me, she said, "Oh, Marissa, you're working as a cleaner now.
Yikes.
That's great."
Oh
I know
no.
she
So
looks down on
condescending.
me,
What a
but
bitch.
I don't mind. I'm giving my best every day, especially when I'm taking care of my son, Doyle. He's
Doyle?
4 years old now.
Bro.
Wait. She has a son? How old is she? How old is she? She didn't actually tell her age.
Beat him up name.
I just wanted to say how grateful I am to be alive. If it wasn't for the doctors who operated on me, I wouldn't be alive today.
Which
And
is
if I'd been
true.
born 200 years ago, people would have confused my seizures with me being possessed by a demon.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so
definitely.
lucky. Never forget that this could be your last day on Earth. You might suffer a stroke tomorrow and be gone in an instant. Don't waste your time complaining. I mean, I could spend all day thinking about what I can't do because of my brain damage. But instead,
This makes me sad.
I just spend
Like, this
time
girl's
with the
so
people
right.
I love and who love me back. I have a simple but
Truly
good life,
realistic
and that's
story
all
right
that
over
matters to
here.
me.
Sure.
Thank you for listening to my story. Please subscribe to this channel for more animated stories.
Okay, yeah. I mean, her ending message there, that hurt. I mean, that didn't hurt.
It's
just
truly
made me feel like I'm
realistic of what's
I'm in
happening
this
to
office.
everybody else,
I'm
like
not
right around
doing
the
anything.
world.
I'm literally talking shit about this girl and her stupid ass son's named Doyle. Like, really, if I heard of a kid named Doyle, that kid would
Doyle!
probably beat up coming out the womb. Doyle, like, Doyle. Next video we're gonna check out is called "I Live Like a Pig," and who doesn't live like?
I
a
watched
pig,
this
kid?
video, so let's get it onto it.
Back, let your curly little pink tail out, and just oink sometimes, you know.
Hey, I'm Tessa, and my brother Theo always wants to feel special and important. I guess that's why he suddenly became a vegan, even though he had
You're not
never
that
cared
important,
about
you know that?
animal rights before. At first, I tried to ignore him, but he kept talking about how meat was murder, and I deserved to burn in hell just because I ate a hamburger.
Oh, thanks,
Obviously,
brother.
I told him to off.
Nice one.
Just a burger,
Nice comment.
right?
That's
But
the first
then
time
he
I heard
said,
them cuss and share
"Don't
my story
understand
stuff.
how much those animals suffer. I bet my next birthday and Christmas present that if you lived like an industrial pig for just 1 week, you would become a vegetarian afterwards.
Oh,
and
that's
It doesn't
pretty
make
cool.
her become one.
I actually like that idea.
Well, it was summer vacation.
It'll
and
just
I
change
had
her
nothing
perspective of
better
you.
to do. So I agreed to his stupid bet. 2 days later,
How come in
he
these
had
animations
built a
they all
cage
shake?
for me in our barn. It was so tiny. And when I went inside, I could only stand straight or lie down.
I do feel
But there
bad
was
about
no
what happens
space
to pigs.
move or walk.
Yeah.
Because I heard they
around.
have like the
And
same
then
type of
my
like
brother
mentality
threw
as
a
dogs.
load of mud
Yeah, they
on me
do.
to make things.
Actually, I did have this cooking class before, and they said something about like industrial like pigs, not just pigs, even cows, like farm animals that were treated really badly to industrialize into a food company like that. Oh man. I didn't like to watch like that. I didn't want to watch like throughout the whole entire video of it. So like halfway through, I was just on my phone anyway.
more realistic. It was disgusting, but I quickly got used to it. Much worse was the boredom. I mean, I had no phone and no one to talk to. After 4 long hours, I called my brother Theo because I needed to go to the toilet. But he said that I wasn't allowed to do that because pigs like me live
Aw,
and sleep in
Look at
their
that little
own
pig
feces.
sleeping.
I
Look
told
at
him
little
to
pig sleeping.
again, but in the end, we came to a compromise. I could use the bathroom twice a day if Theo could dump pig shit from our neighbor's farm on me.
Yikes.
Oh,
Nice,
man.
nice
I was
deal.
so
Wow, I
naive.
take that deal every
Theo
time.
didn't just get pig shit. He also mixed it with
Rather
water,
mix on my own
so
shit.
it went everywhere on my body. It was so gross. But I couldn't complain because it was part of the deal. And industrial pigs really do live in their own feces.
They actually
Their
do.
living conditions are awful. To make things worse, on the 3rd day, I got a cold. I mean, no wonder.
What is this, like a
the
pig
only reason
PSA?
industrial pigs don't get sick is because they're pumped full of antibiotics and
Which
medicine.
is true.
At some point, our dog, Popo, sneaked into the
Popo!
barn, and when
He's
he
so
saw
shy.
me, he started
The Popo's trying to call the
just so
Popo!
worried about me. In that moment, I realized
He's like,
that if
Popo's
someone
like,
put
"Why are
their
you covered in
dog
Popo?"
in a cage and left them in their own filth, that they would go to prison for animal abuse.
Yeah, true.
And there is no reason to
Oh,
treat a
Schwing
dog
was
better than a
sure.
pig.
Pig with
I
the
mean, did you know
glasses.
that pigs are more intelligent than dogs? When my brother
Why
Theo
was the
came
pig
into the
wearing
barn,
glasses?
he chased Popo away, saying, "Pigs don't have friends." But luckily,
Damn, you're a
Popo
pig,
got my
Theo.
parents and led
You're
them
a
to the
pig right
barn
here,
where
deep
they
down.
found me in the cage, covered in pig feces.
There you are, Mom and
suffering
Dad.
from a cold.
I kind of wondered, like, when I watched this video, where were the parents in 3 days? They haven't noticed their daughter's been, like gone for 3 days, and then they just realized she was just in the barn doing that deal. Where were they? Where were they? Parents, bruh!
Parents immediately stopped the so-called "my sister is a pig" experiment and sent me to take a shower and get some rest. After this experience, I know firsthand how bad the living conditions of industrial animals are.
Because of
Yeah.
what your
Many
brother did to
industrial
you?
animals are force-fed until they collapse under their own weight. And baby pigs are separated from their mothers at a young age. Even
Yeah.
though pigs are very social animals,
Yeah,
just
they
like
are.
us humans. Imagine taking a toddler away from its mother. You wouldn't, right?
Oof.
You know
Yeah.
how much
Oof.
pain it would cause?
It's a big
And
oof.
it's the same for pigs. My brother Theo was wrong about one thing, though. Despite my experience, I didn't become a vegetarian or vegan. Instead, I decided to only eat free-range meat from animals which live outdoors under humane conditions. Unfortunately,
true.
that kind of meat is very expensive, and my family
She'll take
can't
that
afford
chance.
it very often. I
That's the one thing I hate
believe
about that.
Someday we will look back on
You want to live a
factory
healthier
farming of
lifestyle,
animals the
but
way
it's
we
so
look
much more
back on
expensive to do
human
that. That's why
slavery.
people
Yeah.
buy the
There
cheap
really
stuff,
is no
but
difference.
it's
We're
unhealthier. You know what I
exploiting
mean?
living creatures for our own convenience. And I know some people will argue that eating meat is natural, but so is murder. Humans have been killing each other for tens of thousands
what
of
is
years,
happening here?
but we still made it illegal.
Why are we talking like
and
this?
for good reasons. So even if, like me, you don't want to go completely vegetarian, you can at least reduce the amount of meat you are eating or only eat meat by free-range animals. Anyways,
True.
thank you for
True,
listening to
true
my
that.
story, and please
Is
subscribe
it
to
true
this channel.
healthy
Okay, you know what,
idea
guys? I will
advice?
say one thing. I will share my own experience with like eating meat, specifically pork, because this video has to do with pigs.
Yeah.
One time we were having a birthday party for one of my uncles,
Uh-huh.
and he wanted a whole pig. It's called lechon. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
like
already
Filipino
know what
dish where
lechon
you
is.
just, like,
It
cook
is
the whole
per-
pig, and then you chop
Yeah.
it up and eat it. I know, guys. It sounds very disgusting. So my job was to drive over to the store, pick
Uh-huh.
up the cooked pig, and then they would, chop it up, and then we'd all celebrate and eat
Yeah.
it. So I got there, and then it's the whole pig. Like, you could see the cooked pig. You can
Yeah,
see the
I actually
face,
saw
the
a whole
body,
pig
the
before.
legs, all that
I
stuff.
actually ate one
And,
before.
oh my goodness, I never ate pork again because when I saw how that pig looked like I wasn't
Yeah.
just seeing the meat, I was seeing the entire
Yeah, I saw
pig.
the whole entire
And that
thing
scarred
too.
me
That was
for
like
life.
back in the Philippines.
I don't know. So I haven't eaten pork since then, and I try to eat more fish.
Hey, the
I
fish
eat
fish
just
is like really
chicken
good. It's
and
better
eggs,
than
things
like,
that. I don't know if
industrial
eat,
meat.
Like too much red meat also.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm starting to get off topic, but yeah, that's my little pig story. I don't eat pork anymore because of that. Last video we're gonna check out on today's episode is
cool.
called "I
Nice
Have
story.
Holes in My Face," and I was gonna make a "What does those mouths do" comment, but
Oh,
I don't know.
Holes in the face. I
This
already
doesn't
watched
seem
that.
right, so let's
So
check
it's
it out.
freaky, freaky
Locked
dicky,
into a
freaky
small
dicky
cage.
shit.
That's how I felt all my life growing up. My parents controlled everything I did. They
Mhm.
told me how to dress and who to be friends with in school.
Bastards.
One night, me and my dad got into a fight because he didn't allow me to have a sleepover at my classmate's home. My dad was worried about my classmate's brother,
This
who
is
was
my
the same
brother.
age
He
as
would
me.
like to shag you.
He thought we would make out and have a baby or something.
Dude. If she has like no interest with her classmate's best brother like that, then she won't actually do the fucky wucky. It's gonna be like all girls in one room anyway. I mean, what's the problem with that? There's like all girls, unless you wanna go have some party with all the girls and go, you know.
But I was 17, and so desperate for freedom that that night I ran away from home and moved in with my cousin, Tara.
Cool.
My parents had
I
no
love her
idea
cousin.
where I was, and a crazy period in my life started. I made a complete 180-degree turnaround and started
Nice.
But you
partying
spun
every
in
night.
360 though.
Then I got a big tattoo over my belly.
What?
Just so I could send a
A
photo
cat with
of
a
it to my
butthole
dad
like
to
that?
shock him.
Why?
When he responded back, he called me a disgrace and told me to come back as long as I was a virgin. But I just
They needed
replied,
the blood of a
"Oh,
virgin."
you are so naive, Dad." And then I sent him a photo of me kissing some random guy at a club. I can't describe how much I enjoyed making my dad angry. And I thought very hard about what could be the most extreme thing I could do to shock him. But then I had the perfect idea. I would get 2 holes in my face.
What
one
is
on my
wrong
left
with
cheek
you?
and one on my right cheek.
Yeah, what do those
It
mouths
wasn't
do?
easy to find a body.
Seriously, Jay, when he says, like, what do those mouths do? Now she has, like, other holes for guys too, you know? Yeah. And why like thinking about like holes like right in your cheeks? You know you're probably gonna be damaging like your skin. Why not get like piercings instead of holes? You know, that would have been a bit better instead of like big holes, because you know there might be a problem and consequence right after you put a hole right in your skin. I wouldn't know from experience, by the way. Besides, like the only holes that I have are just like for earrings only, and that would be it. There's no other piercing holes right around my body.
I got to know.
Who was willing to put holes into my face. Most thought I had some psychological issue.
Oh, you think?
But where there's
Yeah.
a will, there is a way. And when it was finally done,
Why
it was the
would you do
craziest
that?
thing I've ever seen. I ran
So
home,
disgusting.
went to the bathroom, and brushed my teeth through one of the 2 holes while
What
taking
the?
a selfie.
Wait, how does that work? Even if you have holes in your face, you have teeth right here. How did she put the thing through her? What? That doesn't make any sense. Yo,
Yeah,
plot
this,
holes, baby.
this one doesn't make this video doesn't make sense.
"This is all your fault." It took him a whole day to respond, but all he said was, "You are a disgrace.
Again.
Don't ever contact us again."
The same
It felt
message,
so
you're a
good to make my
disgrace.
dad angry. But it came at a great cost. I started to become more and more self-destructive, and for Christmas, I sent all my parents' neighbors a postcard with my face on it. I knew my dad cared a lot about his reputation. He wanted everyone to think we were the perfect family.
Does anybody
But
else
now,
besides me feel bad for the
everyone
dad?
would see the truth. This time, my dad responded
Holes
by
in the face,
contacting
though.
the authorities and telling them I was mentally ill
Yeesh.
and needed to be locked away. But when
Seriously?
they found me and did a psychiatric assessment, it only said I was depressed. So they couldn't lock me away into a psychiatric
Why is she
ward.
narrating that?
They also did a blood test on me and found out I was hepatitis B positive.
Oh,
I'm sure
yikes.
my boyfriend gave it to me. He slept
Ugh,
with a new
nasty
girl
little
almost
weasel.
every night. And when we met, we never used protection. I had
Oh,
always
yikes.
looked up to pop stars who did whatever they wanted and partied like crazy. But that life didn't make me happy. I'm still trying to get out of it, but my life is such a big mess.
Yeah, with those holes in your face,
I don't
still
even know
ugly
where
as
to
hell.
start. And by the way, why didn't I just Photoshop the 2 holes into my face on a photo? It would have
I don't
been
know.
easier, faster, and less painful. I could have still sent a photoshopped image to my dad to make him angry. But now, my face is ruined forever. Gosh, my life is a nightmare.
Well,
Oh.
because you made a mistake of putting a hole in your face. You should think that one through.
That was it. Okay, well, we know who dumbass of the day is. Drum roll, please.
It's
Alright, guys,
her!
that's gonna do it for this episode of me reacting to more of these true story animations.
Uh-huh.
I will say that I thought the first one was true. The one with the pig was true, I think.
Yeah,
the
that's
one with the
very
holes,
true.
I don't know. It seems
I mean,
like
it's
it
too
could be true,
extreme.
but who really knows? Like, should I try to Google somebody that has holes in their face? I don't know. It could
I
be
don't know,
true, it
because
could not
like
be
some
true.
people
I
do
think
have holes in
that
their
was
face,
the
but I
most
don't want to be
iffy
like
of them
searching
all.
it up.
If you guys want me to check out more of these animations
Yes.
or any other animations
And give
on
this
the
one a
internet,
like.
make
Boom.
sure you guys give this video one
Big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Cub Scouts is that dude. And that would be it for today. And yeah, the holes in the face thing, that's just like kind of creepy and freaky at the same time. I mean, like, who even does that kind of thing? Actually, you know what? I'll just Google it. What is wrong with me anyway? So these are those kind of holes thing. They're not telling me exactly like, you know, a gape hole, you know, from the skin. an actual hole from the skin, but it's just pores. I mean, it's kind of disgusting, like, ugh, but, you know, at least I already know. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching, and so see ya! Don't want to be ya.